Welcome to today's session on solving simultaneous equations, but we're going to be looking at linear equations to quadratic equations. So, much the same as what we did with linear to linear, what we're going to be doing is solving two or more equations where one or more is linear and one or more is quadratic. In our example, we're going to be looking at one linear equation and just the one quadratic equation. Our method for doing this is that we are going to be using substitution, like what we saw with the linear equations in the second example. So for our example for this, we've got y equals 2x minus 2 and y equals x squared minus x minus 6. So what we're going to do, we are going to substitute in our linear equation into our quadratic equation. So substituting this into this, we're just going to replace y with 2x minus 2. And then we're going to rearrange, making the whole of the right-hand side, it could be the left-hand side, but in this case I've just taken everything to the right-hand side, so it equals 0 on the left-hand side. Because of course, when we simplify this, we end up with x squared minus 3x minus 3 equaling 0. Because we've got a quadratic equation, we need it to equal 0 so we can solve it. This actually factorises, in which case we can solve this by factorisation. If we couldn't solve this by factorisation, we could look at completing the square or looking at a quadratic formula. But this factorises into x minus 4, x plus 1. So my solutions for this is x equaling 4 and x equaling negative 1. Now, just the same as what we did with linear equations, we're now going to substitute in our values for x into one of our equations. For this, I'm going to use my linear equation because it's just easier. We're not dealing with any any squaring. And we're going to find our values for y using this. So first of all, by substituting in 4, we get a value for y of being 6. Substituting in negative 1, we get a value for y being negative 4. So the solutions for this is x equaling 4, y equaling 6, and x equaling negative 1, y equaling negative 4. We can also solve these graphically, just the same way as what we would do with two linear equations. So solving these graphically, the blue straight line is our first equation, which is our linear equation, and the curved purple line, this is our second equation, our quadratic equation. And as you can see, it crosses at 2 points, which just so happens to be our solutions that we had in the first example. So it crosses at 4, 6, when x equals 4, y equals 6, and it crosses at negative 1, negative 4, when x equals negative 1, y equals negative 4, which is our second solution. So a couple of things that we need to just bear in mind when we are using graphs. If there's no intersection, so they don't touch, don't cross whatsoever, there is no solutions. If they touch in one place, there is just one solution. And if they intersect or cross each other, there are two solutions at the 2 points that they cross. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.